Family and friends and my beloved alley cats. Can't believe it. Today, as I'm filming this, is actually October 22nd, 2025. We actually hit Albania April 22nd, 2024. So it's been exactly 1 year and 6 months since we moved to Albania. Do I have any regrets? Let's find out. Let's go over some things that we did. And a lot of things we did right. You know, April and I really planned it right. We really started planning our retirement in 2019, for those of you that don't know. What I mean by that is we downsized our home, we paid off all our debts, there was no more buying cars. From 2019 on, we didn't really take off on any vacations, going anywhere, spending money. We made sure that we were debt-free and had a chunk of money behind us. When I say a chunk, you really should, I don't care where you go in the world, make sure you have somewhat of a safety net. Okay, if things get really bad, you got a chunk of money, you can come back. I would just strongly recommend that. Okay, have a little bit of a safety net. You know, $10,000, $20,000 in the bank if you can. Okay, always a good thing. Okay, I'm looking at notes. The reason being that there's been a lot of times where I'll do a video talking about things and I go, oh, I forgot to bring this up. Okay, so I'm going to go over a lot of things. You can see me looking down at my notes. The best thing I can say, and I've gone over this many times, but please, is your banking. Have multiple ways to get your money. As of today, I have 2 American banks. I have 1 bank here. I also use Wise for tap and pay. I also use Western Union. So what I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways to get my money if I have to. And I strongly suggest you do the same. You got to set things up before you come here. Okay. One thing we had to really go over was a 2-step verification. Okay, I get asked that a lot, and I was scared of that, to be honest, coming here. Both of my banks, Bank of America and Charles Schwab, my stateside banks, let me use internet telephone service. Some banks don't. The ones that don't are normally your regional banks. Okay, my banks are Bank of America as well as Charles Schwab, and they both allow me to use internet telephone service to reach them for 2-step verification. Okay, the way you find out, ask your bank. Okay, and if not, you better get a better bank. Okay, I had an old bank, Pinnacle Bank, which I loved. It was a regional bank, but they weren't good at dealing with people, expats, I should say, that were travelers. Okay, a lot of times too, I've had people come over here, and besides the ATM charge, there's a percentage charge where they're taking a percentage of your money as well as an ATM fee. And at first, I didn't believe them. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Again, that's not Albania. That's your bank. Okay, that does not want you to really take off without there being a penalty, a charge against you. Ask your bank. Okay, get bigger banks. The best banks that I personally believe are expat friendly: Charles Schwab, Capital One, and Capital One. Bank of America's been very good to me, but I can think those 3 are probably the best that I feel are for expat. I'm sure there are other guys. I've heard people having problems with Chase. Is that true? I know of one guy personally that is, and I've heard of other people. I'm not putting down Chase, don't get me wrong. But find out about your banking. If not, switch your banking now. Also, with your internet telephone service like Google Voice, you must download it while you're in the United States. Do it today. You know, let's say your bank doesn't take it. I don't care. I want you to have Google Voice. Download it. There's also Magic app. There's a few others, okay? But I want you to do that today, okay? Start using that phone number. It's a free service. You make phone calls for free, guys, okay? Please download those now. Don't wait till you get over here and then trying to do it, okay? Believe me, it's a mistake. Different ways to get your money, okay? What to expect. For April and I, we knew pretty much what to expect. What I mean by that is where people fail, a lot of times people, they want to pay half the cost of living, but they still want to have all the conveniences that happen to the United States or other countries they came from. There's a reason that that's half the pay. You're not going to get the same conveniences. I'm an American. Don't get me wrong. I love America. I served it. But America's gotten so lazy or into convenience so much, you don't even have to go to a grocery store anymore. Okay, you can actually just go online, make your order, and they'll deliver your groceries. I'm not talking about, you know, just for a meal like Grab or anything like that, but you can actually just sit at home, you know, and have your groceries. You don't even got to go to a grocery store anymore, you know. But all those conveniences, oh yeah, you're going to pay for them. You're going to pay for them big time. So over here, You're not. The only thing, regret-wise, let's see. There's good news and bad news to this. I walk everywhere now. We don't drive no more. Okay, especially in Albania, all the cities are very walkable because most people didn't have cars until after communism fell. The only people who had cars were those that worked in the government. Okay, so very walkable, very bicycle friendly. The only thing bad with that is my legs are tired all the time. The good news with that is my heart rate was always, my standing heart rate, you know, you put your fingers on those pads. I actually bought that. My doctor said to do so. My heart rate was always low 80s. Now my heart rate's down to 61 beats a minute, 61, 63. Always varies in there. Excellent. That's from all the walking that I'm doing, which is great. Food here is much better for you. No preservatives. The hormones are out of there. Everything's farm to table. So yeah, for health-wise, it's been the best. The only expats I see fail, a lot of them have a couple things in common. One is the ones that fail seem to be single. And what I mean by that is, because at the end of the day, I come home to April. You know what I mean? It makes it easier, okay? So am I saying every single person struggles? No. I've met many that have done really well being single. But I've noticed that the ones that struggle they all tend to be single, okay? Or their expectations are just too high. You know, I don't know what they expected to find. You're not going to find that same house like you had back in the States. Or if you get close to it, you're going to pay for it. All of a sudden, it's not half the price anymore. The other thing I've discovered over here, and like I said, I've been here a year and a half now, it's incredibly safe. Everyone kept telling me, oh man, you ever seen a movie Taken? I'm like, yeah, you know, it was a movie, right? You know, you ever seen the movie Godfather? Does that mean you're never going to go to Italy? Think about it, okay? So, but no, I see young ladies walking late at night, swinging their purses, not a care in the world. Am I saying there's no crime here? No, that's not what I'm going to say. Am I saying it's utopia? No, not at all. A lot of things, be patient. Sometimes I've struggled with that at times. I'm getting better at it. You know, my wife always tells me havash, havash, which they like to say to me, and just relax. You know, you just relax. Because sometimes we'll go to a restaurant and they'll take forever just to give you a menu. You know, you almost got to flag them down, you know, just to get a menu. Same thing when you want to check. And also we'd order 2 plates and only one of them will come out. It's not like America where 2 plates come out at the same time. No. Okay. So she might get her plate before me, and don't wait, because you'll be stone cold your food before I get mine at times. It's okay. You just got to learn, well, whoever gets their plate first, please go ahead and start eating, because it'll be late. Little things like that. But you got to remember that you and I are the foreigners. This is their country, okay? We got to be respectful of that. When I was in the service, Lieutenant Rattery told me something, and it made total sense, and I always fall back on it. He said, whether you like it or not, whether you're in uniform or civilian clothing, America will be judged by your actions, whether you like that or not, okay? So if you act poorly, America's going to look poorly, or Canada, or Germany, or wherever you're coming from. And that always made sense to me, so I always keep that in the back of my head, remembering that it's their country, and I represent America whether I like it or not. And that's just the simple facts, guys. What else we got here? Oh, traveling to other countries, guys, okay. April and I, now this is not counting my military time, okay. This is just since we've retired. We have been to Spain, to Italy, we were staying in Rome, Albania, obviously, North Macedonia, I think they pronounce it Macedonia, I always say Macedonia. Poland, went to Krakow, loved it, okay. We went to Budapest, Hungary, Corfu, Greece. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 countries in a year and a half. Are there people who have done more? Yeah. You're going to have people are slow travelers or home basers. April and I are home basers, meaning, you know, we take off to a country, city, and then we come back, okay? Your slow travelers, every 3 months or so, they're moving on to the next. The only thing that would trip me out with that, me personally, we're all different, is as soon as I'm getting to a place, I'm already planning for another place. I just want to, you know, relax on this one. I know of people that have already set up 6 different cities, you know, ahead of time. God bless them. You know, it's just not mine in April's time. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to talk about else here? I'll try the other kind. Oh, today, as a matter of fact, the 4th Wednesday of the month, I get my Social Security checks. I got my first check today. Now, the reason that I'm sharing that with you, we're all going through a government shutdown, right? And I've had so many people, contact me and say they're afraid of, there's going to be no Social Security checks. It's not true. I got my first deposit today. Excuse me. So I'm happy about that. It was a nice pay raise that I wasn't expecting. April and I have been really living off of our pensions. She just started getting her Social Security checks. I got my first today, so I'm very happy with that. It's a nice bump up. I have that deposited automatically into our Charles Schwab account. And when I need to, we wire money from Schwab over to our bank here, Credence Bank. Okay? And what you got to do, I want you to remember this. Never go over $10,000 in a foreign account. Okay? The reason being, if you do, even for one day, even for 1 minute, you hit $10,000. When you file your taxes in April, you have to submit a different form for that account where you got 10,000. So never go over that. I typically like to keep maybe 2,000 in it. When it dips below 1,000, you'll see me throw a 500 in there, then another 500 wire. Charles Schwab charges me $15 to make a wire transfer. But usually I just do it in $500 chunks. And I use the Credence card the most. I get, no matter what bank I've been using here with the Credence card, no charge at all. Okay? So I'm trying to live off of that. I still use my other charge cards, but I'm trying more and more to go with Credence. I also have a Wise account, and I use the Wise Tap and Pay on my phone. I wish I had my phone near me. I don't, but it's okay. But it's just another way to get your money, and I usually will keep $1,000 on that Wise Tap and Pay. And I know you've heard tons of videos, including mine, that it's really a cash-based society. They are changing, though. A lot of the grocery stores, bigger restaurants, as well as hotels, now you can use Tap and Pay. Okay, so that's very convenient. So I also use my Wise card for that. So multiple ways to get your money. Now let's talk about any regrets that I have. Ready? I wish I could have did it sooner, but we couldn't. But really, that's the only regret I have. I know people ask me, do you miss family back home? Of course I do. Of course I do. But there comes a time, I've said this before, where you got to put yourself first. How many good years do you got left? What's the average age of dying? Okay, if I make it to 80, I'm 62 now, I got 18 years. And how many of those are good? What I mean by good, I can still walk up a hill. I can still get on an airplane and visit someplace, because there's going to come a time where we're all less mobile. Now, let's talk about something fun that's coming up. On my last live, I was talking about Halloween. Okay? And on Halloween, we were talking about our favorite candies. Mine was Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Baby Ruth bars. But do they sell American candy bars over here? Now, April and I always give out good candy. We always swear we would. We're going to do the same here. Last year, we gave out Halloween candy in Toronto, just outside the Stefan Center, where there's a lot of foot traffic. And it was cute. The kids would be dressed up, but they're not really receiving candy. They're not asking for candy. But we were like trying to flag the kids down, and once the mothers saw what we were doing, the children would walk up to us with their little bucket, with their eyes all wide, and they wouldn't say trick or treat, they just stood there, which is fine, and we just put candy bars in there. But candy bars that are sold here from America, Snickers, a lot of people's favorite right there. What else do they sell here? Twix, remember the Twix bars? All right. M&M's, always a good thing. Here's another one. It says crispy M&M's. Okay. And Kit Kat bars. All right. How about this one, man? I haven't seen this one since I was a kid. Mars bars. Okay. So I grabbed the candy today, and now I'm using my Sony camera for this. My Sony camera is very good for low light as well as headshots like this, but it's not good if there's a lot of movement, because then it struggles to focus. Okay, it takes a second, so it's going to get a little wonky here. The GoPro is really good if you're switching, depth of field and so forth, not the Sony. So it's going to blur out a little bit, but I got to show you this. All right, a little wonky, forgive me. All right, so what we got going on, okay? I'm going to get more candy, but April's got the trick-or-treat bags right here, see that? And then she's got toys. So we're going to put some toys in the trick-or-treat bags as well as some candy. And, this one right here, that's an Albanian chocolate bar. I'm going to get more Albanian stuff. But I wanted to also, today, I picked up mostly American candy. And then tomorrow, I'm going to get some Albania stuff. Forgive the wonkiness. Okay, we're back. All right. And Thanksgiving next month, we're going to be in the Stefan Center in Toronto. I don't know the day yet that we're going to have a Thanksgiving meal there. And once I find out the time, I'll let you know. If anyone's in Toronto, you want to stop by and say hello, please do, man. Please do. Love to see you. Okay, we got some other trips coming up. December for Christmas, we're going to be going to Prague. Looking forward to that. Prague, the Czech Republic, what used to be Czechoslovakia. When we studied it and looked it up, it's rated one of the top cities for all the Christmas lights and decorations. So we're looking forward to that. So things coming up. Remember, I love you guys. So a year and a half in, do I have any regrets? Not a one. For us, best thing I ever did. Get that financial monkey off your back. You know what I mean? We haven't even, every night could be date night. So things are going well. And I'm not just trying to pump up Albania, I'm trying to pump up the planet. There's a lot of great places out there, guys. Explore, study it. You can do it. Year and a half in as an expat, loving it. All right, catch you guys later, okay? Remember, I love you. Bye-bye.